everyone, welcome back to my home. OMG, I am delighted that y'all continue to join me here. I'm Brian, and last night I was driving home from work and I was thinking to myself that I've been talking about workers' rights, but I have not focused on what workers' rights are. And I think that a good way to illustrate what workers' rights are is to explain what rights have been systematically dismantled over the last 40 years and keep on the topic of encouraging a union at our organization. Before we dive in, like, subscribe, share, keep the conversation going, encourage others to join, ask me questions, and please push back. Without differing viewpoints and working together to understand those viewpoints, I don't believe we'll arrive at solutions. So, let's look at what workers' rights have been dismantled over the last 40 years, and let's look at what's contributed. The erosion began in the 1980s when the Reagan administration aggressively took a stance against labor unions, most notably with the firing of 11,000 striking air traffic controllers in 1981. They were striking as a reaction to stressful working conditions and asking for a livable wage. This said clearly to employers that government support of organized labor, what we are trying to achieve, was weak. Over the decades, pro-corporate policies, deregulation, outsourcing continued to strip away workers' bargaining power, and companies began to shift to hiring contract, part-time, and gig workers. That reduced their costs. This allowed companies to avoid providing benefits and undermine union organization. As a result, union membership fell. It fell sharply. And with that, workers lost collective leverage to negotiate better pay, benefits, and working conditions. This loss of collective leverage has contributed to an economy characterized by extreme income inequality and corporate profits and executive compensation. Executive compensation soaring while real wages for most Americans have stagnated. You want proof? Google 990s for our organization over the last 5 years and explain to me the reasoning of executive management salary increases while we had to fight for months for a minimum base pay $3,000 under what MIT's livable wage calculator states is necessary for a single person in this area with no children. And we work at a nonprofit. Those numbers are public record. I am not sharing anything that is not your right to know. The fact of widespread economic insecurity and how it's impacting the American worker is driving the resurgence of interest in labor unions. There have been high-profile strikes by teachers, nurses, service workers. Starbucks and Amazon have captured national attention in their organizing efforts to stomp their workers' rights to organize. Workers have rediscovered that unions provide a powerful tool for restoring workplace rights, advocating for fair wages, secure benefits, and better working conditions. My question for you: why can't we, mental health care providers who are experiencing similar economic insecurity, do the same? Why can't we invest our energy in what is clearly a turning point in society? Why can't we, as mental health care providers, model to the community that fighting inequality is not pie in the sky thinking? What is preventing us, or rather you, from organizing in an effort to advocate and execute positive changes in our community? By establishing collective bargaining power in our organization, we can show others that they too have the opportunity to reclaim many of the rights that have been lost over the last 4 decades. It's a simple I'm in. That's a small step, which for many feels like a giant leap. However, it's achievable. We can make this happen for us and for the people we serve. That's just one reason a growing group of us at our organization are asking you to support a union. You know what? We can do this.